Beneath the gilded arches and resplendent tapestries of Buckingham Palace, a shadowy realm of negotiations, secrets and allegiances take shape. The Archbishop of Canterbury, long assumed a mere ceremonial figure, has held a secret. Now, in an explosive revelation, the veil is lifted on private encounters that shaped the monarchy. What did he witness that could alter our understanding of the royal family forever? Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. In the heart of Britain's monarchy echoes the furtive role of the Archbishop. He, thought to be cloaked in religious tradition, finds himself entangled in the crown's fate, an entwined dance of church and state, where his duties breach the sacrosanct boundaries of solitude. He is no mere bystander, but a pivotal player in the royal theatre, his actions weaving the destiny of kings and queens. Here, in these hidden halls, each glance speaks volumes, each whisper carries the weight of empires. The power struggles within these hallowed walls are a silent cacophony. Beneath the grand chandeliers, and alongside the ancient crests, alliances are made and broken with mere nods and coded phrases. Few know of the Archbishop's deep involvement, for his talismanic presence is less about sacraments, more about navigating the twisting corridors of influence. He stands as both witness and wielder, at times guiding, at others carefully stepping back, amid the fragile egos and aspirations that populate this regal realm. And at the heart of these machinations is Camilla, whose understated presence belies an ambition that shakes the very foundations of tradition. Her influence, subtle yet profound, runs like an invisible thread, stitching new patterns into the regal tapestry. In hushed conversations and fleeting glances, she leaves her mark, driving quietly toward ambitions not yet realized, leaving the Archbishop to ponder her growing grasp on the royal narrative. Then there's Charles, forever caught in a delicate dance of power and duty with the Archbishop himself. Their bond, neither fully at ease nor wholly estranged, is marked by unspoken tensions, a necessary alliance bearing the weight of their shared legacy and looming futures. Every encounter is layered with 100 unvoiced agreements, each pause pregnant with the possibility of change. Their meetings, ostensibly routine, resonate with the soft menace of potential implosion. It all comes to a head in a chilling moment of clarity, the Archbishop suddenly awash with the realization of the gravity of his role. In the quiet of reflection, it becomes starkly evident that he is absorbed in a web far more intricate than he had ever imagined. As the dawning understanding washes over him, the very walls seem to press closer, the palace feeling less a sanctuary and more a labyrinth of deceit and destiny. As we delve deeper, the revelations become more intricate, and the facade crafted over decades begins to fracture under the weight of unseen truths. It was a pact, sealed not with signatures, but with stolen glances and whispered promises. The Archbishop bore witness to an agreement that transcended politics and romance, reaching the very heart of royal destiny. What secret promises bind Charles and Camilla, and how has this alliance reshaped the monarchy's future? In the dimly lit chapel, where age-old walls seem to listen as much as the priest himself, Charles and Camilla stood together, the weight of their unspoken vows heavy in the air. The Archbishop's presence was a silent testament to this holy secret, an unknowing arbiter of a bond that defied convention and expectation. Charles, ever the prince poised between the pull of his heart and the demands of a crown, his eyes reflecting centuries of duty and moments of vulnerability. His heart yearned for a life less bound by duty, yet the invisible chains of expectation were ever present. It was here, in this sacred space, where his voice trembled with the burden of dual lives. One lived for the world to see, and the other whispered in the shadows. Camilla, on the other hand, bore her own tumultuous sea of emotions. She was neither queen nor commoner, but walked a delicate line between two worlds. The public saw her as an enigma, yet her soul screamed silently for recognition, a place within the firmament of history. Her ambition was not for titles, but for truth, a chance to exist beyond the confines of public scrutiny and judgment. Each whispered promise to Charles was a step toward a future imagined only in the deepest recesses of her heart, where she could be the partner he needed, and perhaps the queen he wanted by his side. Her sacrifices were boundless, trading public adulation for scorn, yet unwavering in her resolve. The Archbishop, caught in the storm of their passions, faced his own crisis. His faith was his anchor, yet as he stood there he felt the pull of their charisma, compelling and undeniable. He was a man of God, but here he was, swept up in the humanity of their desires. Their story is indelible as any scripture. He grappled with the ethics, the gravity of the role fate had cast upon him, a bearer of secrets that could change the course of history. In his heart, an ever-present conflict brewed, a choice between the sanctity of his vows and the captivating truth of those binding promises whispered at the altar. The implications of their pact were monumental, a proverbial stone cast into the still waters of time, creating ripples that would alter the monarchy's course. This secret kingdom they crafted between them was not built on the cornerstone of tradition, but rather forged in the fires of personal desire clashing against obligation. The echoes of their clandestine vows reached far beyond the chapel walls, shaping a new narrative for the monarchy. Could a future be born from such a legacy, where love and duty were intertwined? As we grasp the weight of their promise, a darker undercurrent bubbles to the surface, threatening to unravel everything they've strived to protect. History, ever watchful from its eternal perch, remains intent on witnessing the unfolding saga, where shadows whisper secrets and the light of truth seeks desperately to shine through. Behind the grandeur of Westminster lies a maze of secrets guarded by tradition and silence. The Archbishop, privy to furtive conversations echoing through these hallowed halls, now confronts the stories that have gnawed at his conscience. What whispers did he overhear, and do they foretell treachery or salvation for the crown? In the shadowed labyrinth of Westminster's private corridors and secluded chambers, conversations manifest like wraiths, heavy with the weight of unspoken truths and implied threats. Here, power is brokered, distant from the prying eyes of the court and the judgment of the masses. Whispers slip through the cracks, revealing tales of past transgressions buried beneath the stone foundations, remnants of scandals that once shook these walls. Yet among these murmurings are also tales of unwavering fealty, vows whispered under cloak and shadow, binding loyalties to the crown that wane not with the passage of time, but intensify with each passing secret. The corridors bear witness to a contentious struggle, an intricate dance between the staunch preservation of time-honored traditions and the pressing necessity of change. The Archbishop, a silent sentinel to these clandestine exchanges, feels the pull of history on his own conscience. To maintain tradition would be to cradle stability in one hand and an era's worth of stagnation in the other. Conversely, to change is to risk unraveling the careful embroidery of roles and duties that have bound this monarchy since its conception. In this imbroglio of allegiances and ambitions, the Archbishop's heart aches with heavy knowledge. Each thread he pulls at his conscience promises new clarity, but threatens to unravel trust. In hushed tones, rumours flit about, disconcerting as a chill breeze across the nape of one's neck. These murmurs suggest a roiling discord that threatens to unseat the fragile harmony of the royal family's public facade. Discussions once brimming with certainty now hint at potential fissures, weakening the foundations of blood and duty. The Archbishop is drawn into this May-live tapestry, his role both a shield and a shackle, as his silence serves as the crown's safeguard, but also his unwavering burden. The moral weight upon the Archbishop's shoulders grows heavier, with each secret withheld, each whispered alarm ignored. To remain silent is to stand complicit, yet to speak is to cast stones into the still waters of monarchy, potentially flooding the hallowed halls with uncontainable tumult. Eerie foreshadowing pervades the cloistered silence, each word heard unseen weaving preludes to inevitable confrontation and decisions that promise to shift the royal lineage into uncharted territories. The Archbishop stands on this precipice, unsure whether high's path leads to redemption or ruin. As the Archbishop wrestles with these ominous whispers, a catalyst event looms, poised to expose the monarchy's most fiercely guarded secrets. In a sudden crescendo of chaos, the opulence of the royal banquet was shattered by an event no one foresaw. A slip of the hand, a letter intercepted, thrust before the eyes of astonished guests. Marked with the Archbishop's unmistakable seal, its contents poured scandal into the hallowed halls like a torrent. Whispers erupted into gasps, and eyes once brimming with laughter turned sharp, dissecting each reaction around the table. probing for weakness. A well-maintained demure shattered, leaving nobles exposed and raw against the dagger-like truth that pierced the heart of the monarchy. Amidst a clamour that mirrored the tumultuous seas, the royal family grappled with the sharply severed veil of secrecy. Loyalties and rivalries, simmering unnoticed beneath the surface, now burst forth in vivid relief. Shadows of doubt crept into minds, linking past whispers and furtive glances into a cohesive betrayal. The unity that gilded the family was now a facade, rapidly peeling away to reveal a mosaic of ambition and desperation. Those who once staunchly defended the throne found themselves questioning, while the emboldened opposition drew up battle lines with embers rekindled into roaring flames of dissent. The hallowed corridors of the palace transformed into an arena where whispered allegiances solidified into declarations of intent. Loyalists, clad in the righteousness of tradition, squared off against reformists, brandishing the banner of change. The Archbishop, a man of the cloth or perhaps a puppeteer of chaos, emerged pivotal amidst this upheaval, a figure shrouded in ambiguity. His intentions unclear, perhaps noble, perhaps suspect. Was he the peacemaker desperately attempting to sow the fray? Ends of unity, or a conspirator fanning the flames with guileful strategy and an eye on the ultimate prize? Each royal member's gaze held untold tales of internal strife, silent wars raging in minds as the implications unfurled before them. The Queen, a bastion of dignity, felt the weight of her own secrets threaten her steely resolve. The young prince, caught between childhood's retreat and adulthood's grim responsibilities, battled the spectres of choice and allegiance. The siblings, custodians of the realm's future, lurked in the shadows, motives concealed, wresting control of an unraveling narrative. In this crucible, true character emerged, not on a battlefield littered with the slain, but within hearts and minds burdened by ancestral expectations. As the dust settled, a new realization permeated the air, a minatory quiet, the calm before a greater storm yet to unfurl. For this event, this catalyst was merely the beginning. The true hegemonic shift lay not in revelation alone, but in decisions shaped by those who dared grasp the levers of power. Emboldened now, or shattered, they faced the precipice of epoch-making change, with history poised to ensnare their every move in its unerring grasp. When the dust settles, the true battle lies not merely in revelation, but in the decisions of those who now control the levers of power. In the high-stakes gamble for the throne, every move plays out on a knife edge, and any misstep could be catastrophic. Amid this crisis, the Archbishop finds himself a critical player. Will the high stakes and hidden agendas weave an outcome that solidifies the crown's future, or fracture it beyond repair? The corridors of power seldom reveal their secrets so willingly, yet there's no time for the timid. Charles and Camilla, against the regal backdrop, stand poised at the heart of the storm. Behind closed doors, silent power struggles unfold beneath the imperious veneer of the monarchy, their desires and ambitions on full display, balancing precariously on a fulcrum of history and legacy. Charles wrestles with the weight of his lineage, haunted by the shadow of those who came before him, while Camilla, ever resolute, fights a battle no less titanic, a struggle for acceptance among a populace that adores tradition as much as it yearns for change. The Archbishop's role in this grand tableau is no less significant. A man tethered between duty and conscience, he stands as a sentinel at the crossroads of destiny, a figure with a hand in each camp, prophet advising Charles on divine sovereignty, pawn maneuvered by political winds, or perhaps a kingmaker holding the power to tip the scales in this regal chess game. The Archbishop's motivations, intricate as a Byzantine mosaic, are centered on safeguarding the ecclesiastical seat's interests as much as navigating his ethical compass. With every whispered counsel, every subtle nod, he sows the seeds for how history will remember this era. Within the royal family, tensions reach a fever pitch as shifting alliances redefine boundaries. Bonds once thought unbreakable now dissolve in the acid of ambition. Alliances are forged not out of loyalty or affection, but necessity, a pragmatic dance of devils, where friends in public may be adversaries behind gilded doors. In this precarious balance, trust is a luxury none can afford, and every smile hides a dagger, The potential for betrayal lingers in every conversation. Each departing guest leaves another round of intrigue woven into the palace's fabric. More profound still is the emotional core of this gamble, Charles's struggle for legitimacy and Camilla's profound quest for acceptance. Both long to be received by a nation that demands the paradoxical combination of transparency and perpetual adherence to long-standing traditions. Beneath the ceremonial cloaks and crusted crowns, they are merely humans yearning for approval in an institution where affection, admiration, and allegiance are almost as fleeting as power itself. It is a dance as ancient as the very monarchy they represent, and the stakes could not be higher. Each path they might take leads to its own canyon of perils. Should they succeed, the crown's future will be rejuvenated, a new chapter in the royal story inscribed in gold. Should they falter, it risks a fracture that the annals of history would struggle to mend, shattering the public's trust irrevocably. Public acclamation or disdain awaits a stony throwaway, ready to anoint or denounce with equal fervor. As tensions simmer and resolve is tested, the psychological toll mounts. No throne comes without sacrifice. Will Charles, buoyed by his lineage, rise to magnificent heights, embodying the monarch of myth and legend, or will he crumble beneath the impossible weight, a cautionary tale for future heirs? Camilla's journey mirrors this existential quandary, haunted by questions. Can she claim a space in the royal narrative, or will she forever be the reluctant outsider, an echo of an era never fully realized? The questions hang in the air, each as crushing as the crown itself. As the wheels of fate turn, a singular truth emerges. A truth that has the power to define not just the monarchy, but the Archbishop's very soul. In a stunning moment of vulnerability, the Archbishop steps forward to recount his hidden experiences. His confession, a heart-wrenching unveiling of truth and treachery, forces the world to re-evaluate the intertwining of faith and monarchy. What secrets does he finally bring to light, and at what personal cost? It began, as it often does, with whispers, insidious murmurs echoing in the cathedral's shadows, urging him to confront the burden he carried. Each day, the Archbishop wrestled silently with turmoil that gnawed at the edges of his soul, a cacophony of guilt and duty, intertwining in an endless dance. Seeking solace in prayer, he found none. The silence only deepened his agony, magnifying the secrets that lay coiled like vipers in his mind. Those secrets had weighed heavily for too long, their darkness consuming every moment of peace he craved. With each passing hour, thoughts of betrayal intertwined with the sacred vows he had taken, leaving him trapped in a purgatory of his own making. And so, when the moment came, and the quiet desperation transformed into resolve, he stood before the congregation, a lonely figure carved in determination. His words, once locked tight beneath the weight of obedience, flowed unhindered, a cascade of revelation. He spoke of clandestine meetings shrouded in deceit, of whispered decisions made behind ornate doors, echoing with centuries of monarchy's unforgiving weight. Every revelation peeled back another layer of mystery, laying bare the machinations that few dared imagine. His candor was unyielding, each word a sharp indictment of the unseen forces that bound the church and the crown in a perilous embrace. As the narrative unfolded, the Archbishop's voice trembled not with fear, but with the raw honesty of a man laying down his burdens. In opening his heart, he revealed not just the events he bore witness to, but the shadows within himself. Fears he had long hidden were exposed, visions of his own shortcomings dancing alongside regrets too late to rectify. This confession was his crucible, where his faith and failures were tested, and through his trembling admission, a conviction surged, unwavering in its purpose. He knew the personal cost was severe, yet in this moment he was resolute, a shepherd standing alone, willing to face the wolves. The impact on the church, word, as immediate and shattering, as the Archbishop's words reverberated through hallowed halls and broke upon the ears of a waiting world. The ancient alliance trembled. Every truth unearthed posed questions, turning faithful devotions into doubt and unsettling the balance of power stored up over centuries. He felt the chill of isolation from his once devoted adherents, the sting of now skeptical gazes. His standing within the church, once untouchable, was now fragile, a fracture that extended far beyond his solitary figure to challenge the foundations of the ecclesiastical hierarchy itself. However, the sweeping tides of change surged beyond ecclesiastic sanctums, casting the monarchy in an unforgiving light of scrutiny and skepticism that it had long evaded. His confession rippled outwards, a powerful wave reshaping the public narrative. Mystery began redefining itself into a narrative of truth seeking its proper place amidst the pages of history. The people embraced these revelations, clutching onto hope for an end to the miasma of secrets that had obscured their own vision of majesty. In his release, the Archbishop had unwittingly paved a path for others. Voices long silenced found strength in his courage, and one man's moment became a collective revolution. At the emotional climax, as the final words left his lips and the echo of his confession hung heavy in the air, the Archbishop laid bare his heart, with hope for redemption flickering faintly amid a blaze of defiance. He awaited the inevitable backlash, anchored by the inner peace of a truth, finally unshackled. His soul stood stripped of its former burdens, prepared to face the storm his revelations would undoubtedly unleash. Yet in this turbulence, he found solace in the belief that light now touched those hidden corridors, forever reshaping the royal and religious lines once deemed indelible. With the confession, our floodgates open, the stage is set for the ultimate showdown, as the world waits with bated breath for the final verdict. As tension builds to an explosive crescendo, the royal family stands at the crossroads of destiny. The world watches, captivated, as revelations spark a climactic showdown. Will the monarchy withstand this firestorm of truth, or will it crumble under centuries of hidden burdens? This is the reckoning. In the echoing halls of history, where whispers cling to regale tapestries, the family finds themselves ensnared in a tempest of public scrutiny and murky political maneuvering. The gilded facade that once shielded them now threatens to fracture under the weight of revelations long buried. Their shared past, a mosaic of ambition and betrayal, haunts them like ghosts in the shadows, casting doubt on their uncertain future. Each step taken feels like walking the edge of a precipice, as familiar faces become masks concealing ancient vendettas and unresolved rivalries. This is no ordinary family feud. High-stakes confrontations erupt like lightning strikes within the very heart of the monarchy itself. Trust, a fragile relic of bygone days, is shattered. Long-suppressed secrets come to light, burning through the lines of filial duty and allegiance like wildfire. Alliances once forged in convivial halls of power are tested, stretched to breaking points beneath the burden of truth. Power, once a birthright, must now be contested, wrenched from the grip of tradition and inspected under the unforgiving lens of time and change. Charles and Camilla stand at the eye of this storm, poised on the fulcrum of history's judgment. Before them lies a pivotal choice that could redefine their legacy and the very essence of monarchy itself. Will they choose the well-trodden path of tradition, where the past dictates the future, or will they cast their gaze toward the horizon, where uncharted waters beckon with the promise of renewal and rebirth? Theirs is a decision weighted heavily with the hope of their people and the scrutiny of the world, watched by eyes both critical and caring, eager and apprehensive. Beyond royal walls, the upheaval of public sentiment crashes like waves upon the shores of ancient loyalty. A nation once homogeneous in its reverence is now a tapestry of differing opinions, divided in its views yet united in its thirst for unvarnished truth. Every revelation stirs the pot of public perception, challenging the status quo, demanding introspection from even the most stalwart defenders of the crown. As newfound perceptions percolate through society's veins, they draw stark lines between yesterday's royalist devotion and today's burgeoning voice of reason. Yet amidst this maelstrom, one figure emerges as both catalyst and compass: the Archbishop. His involvement, shrouded in the enigmatic glow of moral authority, serves as both spark and guiding light in this transforming landscape. His voice rises with resonant clarity, urging a conscientious examination, an evolution of tradition to meet modern exigencies. His presence amplifies the debate, compelling those in the inner sanctum of royalty to not only look outward but inward to weigh the true essence of their service against the changing tides of the world. In the climactic catharsis of confrontation, emotions stand raw and exposed, an open wound seeking balm. Tears and words, anger and confession blend into a volatile elixir of revelation. Each decision made resounds with the echoes of history, bearing the double-edged promise of change. A chance to reformulate what it means to reign and govern in contemporary climes. This is the emotional zenith, where choices reverberate, where the soul of a nation holds its breath. As the dust begins to settle, the question angers. What path will the monarchy choose? And what legacy will it leave in its wake? Out of the ashes of turmoil emerges the dawn of a renewed monarchy. As the aftershocks of revelation settle, a fresh narrative begins to take shape. The court of public opinion buzzes with an energy akin to the first whispers of spring after a long, arduous winter. Shadows that once burdened the corridors of the palace are gently lifted, allowing light to illuminate the path ahead. A monarchy reborn and leaders remade. Decisions once steeped in secrecy and tradition now find themselves shaped by voices of transparency and modernity. The remnants of the storm have cleared, and in its wake, a new hierarchy blossoms. Charles steps forward with a newfound resolve, his past whispers of self-doubt now replaced with the echo of determination. His gaze is steady, met without the falter of yesteryears, embracing his role as a regent of change. Camilla, who once resided in the margins, now stands valiantly beside him, her presence no longer the subject of quiet judgment, but a testament to perseverance and growth. This metamorphosis has lent her a rare grace, her laughter ringing out like a chime of bells, resonating with those who needed to witness the strength forged in adversity. And then there's the Archbishop, whose moment of vulnerability, raw and unfiltered, has sown trust where silence used to rule. His confession was not a moment of weakness, but the catalyst for an enduring legacy focused on transparency, a new church bell that never tolls falsely now. The nation surveys its monarchy anew, eyes wide open to both its human frailties and its enduring virtues. In an era where the only constant is change, this evolution is both their challenge and gift. Public perception, once a marionette of suspicion and skepticism, has reshaped into something resembling hope, a strand of trust woven stronger than it has been in decades. The monarchy, for all its gilded tradition, now strives to become a bastion of modern ideals, a rare dance between the weight of its history and the flight of its future aspirations. Somehow, in this dance, a newfound harmony is found, a melody that might just endure. In private, there is reflection that resembles a tranquil midnight lake, deep and pensive. Charles finds himself pondering legacy, not simply what he has inherited, but what he will leave behind. And as modern expectations nudge the foundations of their heritage, the family adapts deftly to the changing rhythm of public desire. They move now with lighter steps, their actions measured against the tapestry of truth and tradition, interlaced with nuanced progress. This is a monarchy that has tasted both the salt of its tears and the sweetness of redemption, comprehending that it must remain unfalteringly genuine in its newfound covenant with its people. And with change comes a fraternity not seen in generations. A resolute camaraderie forms amongst the central figures, a shared understanding that unity is their fortress against the storms of the future. The sparrow may rise against the wind, but only a family standing together can soar into eras yet to come. There is hope here, fragile yet formidable. Their past mistakes, branding them as undeniable reminders, only so that they may endeavor never to repeat them. A monarchy, resilient and reborn, now stands poised, aligned with the values of compassion and accountability, eager to meet whatever challenges lie ahead. Amidst renewal, one story remains untold, a deeper enigma left unexplored, a secret beckoning us closer, compelling us towards the shadows. Whispers weave through history, weaving a tapestry fraught with secrets, held but never seen, by those at the heart of monarchic power. As the dust of revelation settles, the essence of an unspoken legacy thrives, prompting silent questions, elusive as the mist of dawn over Westminster. It is here, cloaked in tradition and mystery, that the Archbishop's disclosures resonate, lacing the narrative of Charles and Camilla with threads both visible and hidden. What truths lie within those pallid corridors, where velvet words met the ancient stone? Within the ornate confines of their world lies an expanse of untold stories, murmured only in moments when shadows fall long, across the marble halls. The Archbishop, a keeper of these secrets, hints at connections unheard, deeper than any public address might dare reveal. His revelations suggest an intricate dance, a delicate choreography between what's disclosed and what remains locked away. This balance between revelation and enigma is the monarchy's lifeline, a beacon that draws the eye while leaving much unseen. The tales that captivate a nation, once bare, now blend seamlessly with myth, reminding us that truth is but a fragment of a larger, ever-evolving narrative. Decisions and destinies intertwine, shaping perceptions with a finesse only those entrenched in the royal legacy can master. Throughout, the Archbishop's influence lingers, casting subtle illumination on the stories yet to be told. His voice carries the weight of centuries, a solemn reminder that even as truths unfold, the story remains perpetually poised to change. He sets a precedent, a beacon of curiosity that inspires future generations to ponder the allure of what remains concealed. In this quietude, where silence speaks volumes, lies the monarchy's enduring pull. It invites the imagination to roam, where assurance dares not tread. The unspoken legacy persists. A testament to the notion that the tale of the crown is never truly complete, forever dancing on the cusp of new revelation. Though this chapter closes, the tale endures, an eternal dance between past and present, poised for the next revelation that awaits just beyond the veil of time.